Okay, so I'm gonna do a little update on the chicks and the eggs, and also all of our new goats that we got. This is being recorded during the whole same time frame as while we were waiting to take Stitch to his rescue. But I didn't want to add it onto that video because it's gotten kind of long. So anyway, the mama that I showed that was setting on the eggs, she has 4 eggs that didn't hatch, so I'm going to be taking those eggs from her. And then we did lose 1 baby before I moved them into this crate that had fallen out of the nest. So that's why I went ahead and moved them into this, because it gives them a more secure place. But it looks like she has 6 babies. So she had 7 eggs hatch all together, and she lost the 1. We haven't lost any more babies. So she's doing a good job taking care of them. I've got a bowl that's got some of her feed in it, and then I've got 2 bowls that's got feed for the babies in it, and then of course the water bottle, the waterers. And so I am leaving these babies with her, as at night she keeps them warm. The other eggs, when they hatch, they will stay up at the house underneath some brood lamps. And at that time, I'm going to go ahead and get the other pullets that I was wanting to get and add them in with those eggs that I'm hatching. These babies, though, since Mama's taking care of them, there's no reason to put them up at the house. She keeps them warm at night and takes care of them at night, so there's no reason to do that. But I am going to take these eggs from her, which hopefully now that she is busy eating, she won't get so super mad at me for taking them. But it has been about 5 days since these other babies have hatched, and I'm fairly certain these eggs are not going to hatch. So I am going to, and they are cold, so I am going to take them and they're very light, so I'm going to assume that there's no babies. I can candle them when I get up to the house and just make sure, and if I see babies that are moving around, I'll bring them back, but otherwise I'm just going to take them from her and dispose of them. But anyway, so there's an update on the mama and her babies, and I will show a little bit more on the ones I'm hatching. They are 9 days from hatching at this point. I'll have to go back and look. But anyway, next I'm going to introduce you to the new goats. Okay, so now to meet the new goats. You guys already know Cinnamon. Okay. So these are 2 new bottle baby doelings. The darker one with the white on her tail, that one is Snickers. The other one right next to her is Cheese. Weird names. Then you already know Brownie, and you already know Luna, and you already know Bread. This one is this other brown one here. Her name is Coco. She is a 1-year-old. This one back behind her is Licorice. She's currently in milk. She just had a baby not too long ago, and they took the baby off of her. And so she is currently in milk and pretty bagged up. So I'm having to watch and make sure she doesn't have any issues from that. And then these 2 babies, this one right here in front, the lighter colored one, her name is Lily, and the darker one, her name is Carrot. So those are the 4 babies. We have 4 bottle babies, and then the 2 older ones. Everybody's getting along pretty well. The bottle babies just had bottles. They are eating grain, but everybody's doing good so far. So we've had them since Friday, and it's Sunday now. So everybody is doing good. Still nothing on Cinnamon about having a baby. Her baby's not technically due till April, so I am hoping she's still pregnant. I don't really know if she is or not, but I'm hoping she is. I did find out that Brownie, who I thought was looking kind of chubby, had a baby not too long ago. Her baby's a couple months old at this point, so she shouldn't be pregnant at all. Bread, of course, had just had babies before I got them. Luna isn't old enough to breed yet, and then Coco right there, I did find out she had been in with bucks for 6 or 7 days prior to me getting her. It shouldn't be an issue. She is a pretty big girl. She's at least over 40 pounds. A lot of people say shouldn't breed them until they're 18 months old, but she is a big girl, so I'm thinking she should be okay. But it also will depend on whether or not she was even in season during that week she was with the bucks. She might not have even been in season, so she might not have ever gotten bred by them. We don't know, but we'll know in 5 months if she's gonna have a baby or not. But anyway, those are the new goats. We are feeding bottles twice a day at this point. Where'd the little ones go? The little ones are kind of, these two are kind of pretty bonded with Licorice and Coco, so they're doing pretty good with the other goats. These other two are still a little shy and kind of a little outcast, but they do take a bottle better than the other two. The other two don't really take the bottle as well, and so they're eating a whole lot more, but these girls ate a lot and when I fed them their bottles, so they're probably not as super hungry for grain, and they are eating the grass and stuff, so, but they're doing really good too. Doesn't look like we're having any issues with anybody. So those are the new goats. And like I said, this is still during the time when we're dealing with Stitch. I am taking him tomorrow to the rescue, so that will be on that video. That's going to be on that video, and I'm going to do this one as a separate video just because that all that stuff with Stitch was a pretty long video, so I'm not going to add this to that. But there's all of our does. I did think maybe I would add a little update on Pepper to this video, since Pepper's doing really good, and so I thought I would go ahead and just do a little update on Pepper. She's not having any issues with eating. She's not having any issues with keeping up with the other girls. Her and the other girls just ran full blast up here to the house to have their breakfast. Her face still looks pretty yucky. It's probably gonna look like that for a while. It's just because it's got all that nasty stuff on her face. But actually the wounds are pretty healed. She's got a little bit right there on her cheek that's still kind of yucky. It's not oozing anything anymore. Her eye is not oozing anything anymore. Her eye is open. It looks like she has full vision in it. Doesn't look like she's had any problems with losing any vision. I say probably a good 90% of the swelling has gone away in her eye. It still does kind of just look bad, but most of that is just what's stuck to the fiber, because she did have some infection in there when it happened, and so she had a lot of stuff that kind of got stuck in the fiber, and it stresses them out to really do a whole lot. So if it doesn't require tons and tons of cleaning or anything like that. I tried not to mess with her too much because I didn't want to stress her out extra by messing with her, and having to catch her every day to give her a shot was stressful enough. But she is looking very good. And so probably by the time we get ready to shear, you're probably not even going to really notice anything of that. It's all going to kind of just, as it rains and stuff this spring, it all kind of just wash off and wear off. But a lot of that stuff that's on her face is just stuff that's stuck into the fiber. That's kind of making it look gross. But other than that, her vision seems fine. Her eye doesn't seem cloudy. Her eye, she still has a little bit of, I think, some swelling over the top of the eye, which is where I think the injury is over on top of her eye. She still has a little bit of swelling there, but there's no open, gaping wounds. I think the one under her cheek still has a small spot that is not completely sealed back up yet, but it's not oozing anything anymore. So all the infection is gone, and she looks really, really good. So there's an update on Pepper showing that she is doing a whole lot better. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see about these eggs that I took from the chickens today, or from that chicken today. I did put them in the incubator just in case they have babies in them. But there's definitely something was in there. But if it was a chick that was gonna hatch, if it was that close to hatching, I think you would be able to see it moving. And these eggs are like 5 days past when those chicks hatched. Yeah, and you can see in this one, there's not really anything in it. This one appears like it's solid, like I can't see anything in it. Can't see through this one, but you also can't hear anything in it. So I'm pretty sure. This one you can see through, so you can see it. It didn't form, which I didn't think these eggs had. So the eggs that I'm hatching have 8 days left on them. So we'll see what we see in some of these. There's definitely something in it. I don't know enough about chicken eggs to know. We're just gonna check some of these eggs. So this one definitely has something that was forming in it. Right there, so. Let's check another one. See, some of these, I think there should be more veins. Like, I'm guessing that's probably just the yolk. I don't know what I would be seeing at this point. And this was just an experiment. But see, this one you definitely see there's veins in that one. And you can see the veins in this one. I really just don't know enough about hatching, and this was an experiment just to see. But look at, you can see veins in this one. This one seems pretty full too. I don't know. So anyway, I guess we'll find out in 8 days if there's gonna be babies or not. Okay, so we have 2 days left. I did take out the egg turner, and I have increased the humidity up and opened the thing all the way up. So we should be expecting babies to start hatching in the next 2 to 3 days, I'm thinking. So I guess we'll see if it worked.